Good evening, I'm Lisa Hart. You're watching The Alternate Beat, you already know that. This is Trevor from the Bolshoi.
Good evening.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the music.
Okay, well, I don't know if anybody knows, there's 4 people in this band. There's Nick Chown on bass, who's a very rock and roll character.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to wear a lot of leather and, party a lot and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like a renegade on the edge of society. Then you've got Paul Clark, who's a keyboard player. He's from the north of England. And his ambition in life is for us to play the first gig on the moon. And then you've got me, and it's obvious how great I am and stuff. And there's Jan, the drummer. He, as I said, he likes to have fun with plants and things. And so you've got all these 4 very different people, and there's 4 very different styles of dressing, of musical taste and stuff. So it all gets pulled in 4 different directions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you come up with quite an interesting sound out of that, because everybody's always fighting and trying to get their own bit in, and eventually you come up with something that sounds quite unique, I think.
So it's pretty collective writing then?
Yeah, the music is a collective thing. We all write together. And I write all the words myself.
Okay, so what happens first usually?
It depends. Sometimes I come up with a title, or we just have a riff, or we just play things at sound checks we never played before. It happens in all sorts of different ways. I think it's boring to pin it down to a formula, otherwise you just end up sounding like REO Speedwagon or something like that.
Right. So you just write around basic, various good ideas.
Yeah, it's just anything that can come up. I mean, you can diversify as a band a lot. People have proved that, like The Cure and stuff, can do anything they want and get accepted for it. You don't have to do one style and carry on. I think people should be a bit more imaginative with the music they do nowadays.
Do you think producing the album yourselves caused a musical change at all? Or?
I think what we did this time was to let everybody really have their own say with what they were doing. I think it sounds different, but I still think it sounds like the Bolshoi. And the next album will be very different again. But that's part of the fun. If you stop being different, you might as well, get some tassel jackets and play music like, REO Speedwagon, basically.
That's right. Those
about
guys
love
again.
And, trees and stuff like that.
In the United States, someone would describe you as being a European-sounding band. What do you think makes a band European-sounding?
I think
from your side.
People say to us what sort of band you are, and we've come to the conclusion that we're a contemporary English rock band. Because I think we do sound English. Because, I can't play guitar very well, so most American boys can play guitar a lot better than me, because they're more into rock, So, we're all pretty inept on our instruments. Well, I am anyway. I can't speak for the others. And so I think in that way, a lot of English bands are like that. And I think that tends to come across in the music, that you use your imagination more than playing your chops, as such. And I think, I'm quite happy with being European. It's good.
That's good. Yeah, one doesn't have to be a musical athlete to be a good musician.
It's the climate as well. The climate in England is rain all the time, so instead of sitting on the beach with your Walkman on, you tend to sit in your bedroom and get depressed and write things, which is, I think, this contributes a lot to the sound of English music.
You're right. It's a more serious kind of thing, and I think probably the strife in the country and the joblessness and things like that, we
really
tend to be a little more affluent over here.
All of us have starved, I wouldn't say that. There's a lot of poverty in America,
Yeah, I think, though, that might be an image that gets put across a lot, maybe, with the Van Halens and, these spoiled rich California boys.
There's a lot of good bands in America, and they've got their own sound, too. You wouldn't get an English band sounding like Talking Heads, for example. They sound very American, but very good.
Very true.
It's just different. Yeah, it's just different.
Good, great. Are you satisfied?